We'll see about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Collectin and Connectin, baby.
Right.
This is our podcast, episode 5. Count on 5. And man, I am excited today. We have the usual suspects. We have 3Ball 34 with us. We have the man, the myth, the Treaticus legend. And man, am I excited. We have Davy with us.
Davy!
Mr.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Mr. Kiwi, we're pumped you're here, man. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Oh, yeah, baby. You know, Davy was the first guest on the famous Visiting with Treaticus
I'm on
back
it.
in the day.
I remember
On it.
listening to that, and I was like, Davy, he's a bad boy? No way. No way he was a bad boy.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have facial hair. Only bad boys have facial hair.
He got shipped off because his parents couldn't control his craziness.
Oh, my God.
I've been craving a New Zealand meat pie ever since that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We're going to get something going the next CNC convention. We're going to have some New Zealand meat pies together.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
good stuff.
Yeah,
Man, so how's everyone going?
I'm doing great. Those pies, I definitely been thinking about them since you brought them up. New Zealand pies, kind of like almost like empanadas, King Brett, but just very tasty, savory meat pies. But you could put anything in them, as you were describing to Treaticus on that previous episode. So happy you're here, man. You do.
I'm glad you made it back from Summer League, to be honest. Let's talk about
Lord. Yeah. Well, yeah, it is a long story, but I was trying to make it as condensed as possible. But so basically, I got to the airport. Well, my flight was supposed to be at 1:30, so it's a connecting flight from Vegas to Utah, and then Utah to Sacramento, Salt Lake City. And then, so basically, I got a notification as soon as I got to the airport at 11, and saying, "Oh, your flights in Utah to Sacramento has been delayed for an hour." I was like,
Oh, damn.
all right, it's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah, only an hour.
Only an hour. So I went into the airport, grabbed some food, sit there, and then got another notification right away. Say, "Oh, now your flight's been delayed another half an hour." I was like,
Oh, shit.
"Okay, it's okay. Still 1.5 hours. I can deal with that." And then 5 minutes later, another message saying your flight has been delayed for another 2 hours. I was like, really? So I'm not gonna get to see my son until like 9 o'clock at night. Oh my God, this is not good. And because the next day is his birthday, so you know, and actually my wife actually took him out for birthday dinner on that night. I was planning to get back in time, but obviously that's not gonna happen. So I was like, messaging him and say, "Hey, sorry, Dad, can't be there, but I promise I will take you out on your actual birthday, which is the day after, right?" And sure enough, another message come through saying that, "Oh, your Vegas flight has now been delayed." I was like, "Well, that's okay, because I'm already had that huge delay in Utah, so I still be able to meet my connecting flight, right?" So I was banking on that, and so I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And then at the gate, when there's several pilots just start walking in, just start talking about, "Oh, these guys, no way these guys are gonna leave by 3. I was like, "What? No, I want to leave at 3. Come on, man." Yeah. And then the intercom starts saying, "Hey guys, there's some mechanical issues. We're gonna try to get it fixed as soon as possible. We're trying to load you guys in time for the flight, but unfortunately 3 of your 3 destinations connecting flight was already missing. Come see us." And I was like, "Oh crap." But I'll just wait it out and see, how things go. And then we ended up saying, "Hey, we can board you guys now. Okay, board your flight." So we board our flights, we sit there, and then the gates close. I was just like, "Oh, that's good. I get to go to my family tonight." And then we went to the tarmac. So the airplane taxi to the tarmac. So we sit there for 40 minutes. So I kind of drifting away because I'm so tired from the night before. Yeah. Right? And then I woke up, and then there's another announcement saying that, "Oh, guys, just letting you guys know, we're going to manually start the engine." And I heard that. I was like, "What do you mean by manually start the engine?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?" you treating it like a car? Like what? And so I was
Jumper
so confused.
cables. Their jumper cables are out, and they're like,
I'm not smart enough to know how it works, but I just couldn't compute. And then most of the people around me just like start chatting, just like what is going on? And then we got another announcement come through saying that we got that done, but however we need a engineer on board to sign it off. So we have to drive back to the taxi back to the gate.
Oh no!
This sounds like a
Wow.
nightmare.
It is a
Wow.
nightmare. And then when we got back to the gate and then the engineer came on board, we saw them. And then 10 minutes later, they're saying, unfortunately, the pilot has go over their flying hour today. So they were trying to get you another group of pilot to come in. So we have the offboarding everyone right now. I was like,
what
are you
in the world?
serious?
That's what I've
Yeah,
heard
I
of
was like,
happening a lot, is that all the issues take so long that the crew is then on too long to be able to make the flight. So they have to
Yep.
replace everybody so that they don't extend that hours.
yeah.
That's,
So I
Wow.
was
that's wild.
it's pretty wild to me because I never encountered anything like this before. I had a delay before, but it's all like an hour or 2 hours, and that's it. But I never had any canceled flights before. So, and then I just like back in my mind was like, oh my god, I'm going to miss my flight, and there's no other flights that get me to Sacramento that night on Delta. Shame on you, Delta.
Yep. Delta.
Yeah, and then
Shout out American.
and then so me because I had a lot of travel experience, and I was like immediately I dragged my bag out of like put my bag out. I'm just running in the running out of the gate. While I was running out of the gate, I was using my phone to use on the other hand to trying to find another flight to Sacramento. Luckily first flight that came out was a spirit flight, and it's leaving in about an hour. So I'm just like, holy shit, where is the gate? I'm trying to go to the gate. And apparently it's in the completely separate terminal. I just asked the staff right away, and then the staff told me, oh, you have to actually take a train back to the main terminal and walk. Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, I got to run. And then while I was running, I was just booking the flight, and then I managed to book the flight and got to the gate. People gave me the boarding pass, and that's that. And I was actually, I was actually 1 hour early before I was expected to be in Sacramento, so which is lucky, right?
Way to go.
Davy's episode of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Way to go, baby.
No,
Had such a hard time getting home. Everything leading up to you being there was pretty amazing, though, right? Like,
yeah, it was.
I'm there. I can't wait.
Yeah, let's back up a second and talk about why you were even in Las Vegas to start with, because
absolutely.
You got to go out there. Tell us why you were there, Davy.
So I was there for the NBAcon. I was going to cover the summer league, but I just like I'm only there for 3 days. I want to spend as much time at the NBAcon as possible because it's the first one ever. I want to see how it goes. And I arrived really late night on Friday night, and I decided to go to check out the summer league real quick. There is one Kiwi player actually playing for Indiana Pacers. His name is Mojave King. Unfortunately, he's not getting too much minute because the Bruce Brown trade, and they have obviously Ben Matheron. He's playing as well, so he's not getting too much minutes. So I kind of expected that. So it's no point for me to go over and cover him when he only get 1 minute, right? So I decided to stay around NBAcon more. So yeah, obviously this is a photo. I literally just got off playing half an hour, run straight to the NBA Summer League to shoot some photos of the Lakers and Golden State Warriors. Yeah. So that's one of the photo.
Showing working with some real equipment there and capturing some awesome content of the game. I'm glad that you got to get there that first night.
Yeah, for those of you for those of you that may be listening, the picture is Davy's a camera lens, and it looks like a 18-foot telescope sticking out there.
I'm
right on top of the players.
Oh, appreciate it.
I think my hands are a little bigger than yours, Davey, because
so you get there, run straight to the arena, and then explain what's going on.
So Lakers is going on, and Golden State Warrior, they're playing. I was banking on, because last year, the Summer League, the first game of Lakers, LeBron James was actually there in the crowd. So I was banking on that, but unfortunately he wasn't there in this game. And obviously when they play against Golden State Warriors, I'm hoping their new addition, Chris Paul, is going to be there, but unfortunately he wasn't there either. So it is what it is. I still have fun. I saw Rob Pelinka, the GM of Lakers. Who else is there? There's a little bit of celebrity, but I don't really recognize some of them. But it was a
They
fun
recognize you. They recognize you, though, Davy.
game. Anyways, it was a fun, very competitive game, and they were down to the wire to the end, and they were trading buckets. Christie of the Lakers, I can't remember his full name, but Christie, he was getting buckets the whole time, and
Nice.
was pretty good. And I hang out with one of the members of Wolfpack in the game and chatted. It was good fun, good times.
Who was that?
Nice.
Yoms.
Oh, Yums. Yeah.
Yoms. Great dude out of Canada.
Yeah.
Good to chat with him, and then we shared an Uber ride to the NGM and meet up some of the Nightlife Lounge and the Top
So
Shot
he's
captains.
he's one of the Wolfpack members that hadn't made the cut to CNC. Is that right?
No, he's not in.
He's not
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, he's not in this photo either.
Oh no!
Yes, because he doesn't want to be in that photo. He's a very private person.
He
doesn't
is.
He's a very private person. He's a great dude. Had a great conversation.
Love this.
Yeah, because it's private, I don't want to go too much detail on what we talked about. But
Okay.
I
He
vouch
hates Spence. That's what you're trying to say.
We love this IRL stuff. We love getting to see
it's
everybody
awesome.
get together and
It's
different
awesome.
things. We're already building relationships and stuff every day online, so it's fun getting face to face and getting to put names to avatars and whatnot.
Yep.
Absolutely, great people, great company. So that night we were at one of the bars in MGM and hang around with, as you can see in that photo, you got a few captains, top shop captains, community captains in that photo. You got Ginobili Soares just above me, which is the Spurs captain, and then you got, I'm trying to see because
I saw Chewy back there in the back.
Back there.
Chewy and Ginobili Soares. Who else?
And then we got Mike G, Trevor from the Portland. And then we got
Love those guys.
Jeb Bush, the beer suit man. Shout out. And
is he the bear suit guy?
He is.
Yes, he is the Summer League bear suit guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Blockchain Steve in there, I believe.
Yes.
El
all the way
Dumbo?
from Australia. Yeah, El Dumbo's heading down the back, and we got Steve, one of the smartest men on this Top Shot street.
For sure. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. And then we got Manny off the Heat, Miami Heat Top Shot captain as well. We got do you know the person that in the middle next to Boomer?
Person in the middle next to
that's wearing the Top Shot t-shirt.
NBA Top Shot this shirt.
Yeah.
I don't. Not right off the top.
He's probably one of the most well-known person in this picture.
And I just don't know his.
We've just never seen him in real life. I guarantee you, we know his Twitter name once we hear it.
I'll give you a hint. He's a die-hard Sacramento King fan.
Die-hard Sacramento Kings.
Yep. And who apart from Chewy, right? Apart from Chewy, who is the very well-known die-hard Sacramento King fan?
No.
That's not Square Bear. Square Bear's Asian like me.
Well, I don't judge.
All right. Well, I don't want to drag on for too long, but that's the famous PPE.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I said one of the Erics. I just didn't know which one. I was kind of right.
Yeah, I know him more from his picture with Jane, right? He played golf with Jane.
Yep.
Cigars and the hat. I know him from playing poker in the Houston Rockets Discord with you and Lee and King Brett. I know him from playing in there.
Hilarious.
And that's where we were hanging out originally, and how I know CNC for sure, but definitely playing some poker in the Houston Rockets Discord, and we had some DMs going back and forth there. So for sure.
Yep. Nice. Got a shout out to Lee too. Lee, the Houston Rockets captain, doing work all the time, or put up all those poker tournament. Good fun.
Always. Y'all shared a bunch of cool stuff from Vegas. What else happened after that?
So that was that night. I called it the night after that, but obviously there's some people went all all nighter going doing a bit of a gambling.
That will happen in Vegas.
Yeah,
heard of
definitely. Yeah, definitely. As a wuss that I am, I had to leave a little bit earlier and go to bed. So getting ready for tomorrow.
Smart
So
man.
yeah, so I missed out the first day of NBAcon, but I did heard a lot of feedback about that, and then what I missed, which is great. And day two, which is I would say it's a different beast. NBAcon was packed, full of people. There was a feedback. Well, there's a few feedback saying that there's too little vendors and too much space. But if you were there on the second day, you would know that it's actually perfect because it was crowded. It was packed.
Wow.
Yeah. But obviously, it's a headline. It's their headline show on the second day. You got some legends there. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got cool amount of Sacramento players there. Like you got Harrison Barnes and Keegan Murray. Then you got legends like Ray Allen show up. I think KG actually show up too for your Boston fans.
Nice.
We don't have any of those on here.
I know Tritic is this.
Oh yeah, KG baby.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of amazing people there, and obviously at 5 o'clock they had a very important. So they're doing an NBA convo, so it's a panel discussion between some of the NBA personnel as well as the NBA player. Talk about fashion, blockchain, future of fandom, obviously, and the most important one that they have was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which is Adam Silver and the CEO of Deborah Rohan, as well as Lee Andrews.
Yep.
That was so cool. I thought that was it was getting spread around on Twitter, and it looked like it was a big deal there. Very cool. What was it like to be there?
It was a huge deal. The atmosphere was awesome. Like you can see everybody's super enthusiastic, leaning forward, listening to what they have to say. Like obviously everybody on that panel was very charismatic, and they talk about the things that we really want to know, like where is this going, where is this blockchain going. I just sum it up for sure that Adam Silver is like full on backing the technology. They love what NBA Top Shot has bring.
Yeah, baby.
Rohan was really graciously shout out the the communities and explain to Adam Silver that this is the new future of fandom, and these community like us, like CNC, like the Wolfpack, like the Sacramento, the Top Shot Kingdoms, and all those groups that makes this product great. So Adam Silver, it sounded like Adam Silver was very intrigued, and he obviously expressed some of his view and also gave him some feedback. And anyways, I think it's a great conversation, and I am looking for what futures hold with this partnership, and I think this is going to be just continue onwards moving forward. So that's great to hear. And I was live streaming the whole thing on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So
It was so nice. Appreciate you doing that, man.
Yeah, thanks. I got to watch a little bit of it. It was great, man. I loved how like Rohan was asking for the crowd. Like you were there, right? Like, hey, is anyone here familiar? Like getting y'all like involved in it too, which is really cool. That had to be a fun atmosphere.
Yeah, it was. Learned a lot from, you can tell from Adam Silver's body language. He's very intrigued. I mean, he knows about everything. Obviously, he signed on to partnering with NBA Top Shot, but it's still like, it feels like he's still learning new things about NBA Top Shot. So obviously, with what Rohan's talk, like he put emphasis on the communities, right? So Adam's like you can tell his eyes start sparkling, and then start leaning towards him and listening to what he had to say. And in his head, he's probably calculating how can he leverage the community, and how to utilize.
We're still learning things every day, and we've been here for 2 years, and obviously that partnership is so huge. It's great to see them getting some face-to-face time and doing something like this, and you getting to be there, man. I bet that was just so cool, just as a collector.
Badass.
And how involved you are.
Yeah.
If people don't know about Davy, we're joking a lot about it, but man, dude is a serious content creator. If you check out his YouTube page, definitely should plug that, buddy, because you're doing some really cool stuff, and I love that we get to see some of it.
Hell yeah.
And also, I want to plug myself on the thread, the new thread, the new social media beast that created by Facebook Meta. Follow me on the thread because I'm going to start posting a series called Humans of NBAcon. So
Nice.
it will be a collection of the individual people that I shot on NBAcon. So the first one is already out. It's Malika Andrews.
Very cool.
You know, everybody knows who she is, and she's a very outspoken personality on ESPN, and she's extremely smart. If you know, like you learn heaps from speaking with her. For me, because I'm not even a reporter, but I enjoy learning what she does so I can improve myself as well. And she's basically run the whole show, and she also helped Adam Silver review the new in-season tournament as well.
Nice.
So yeah,
just announced for mid-December. Are they going to have a mid-season tournament? Very cool.
Yeah. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how it does. And I believe it's in Vegas, so it's going to be a cool event to be attend to as well, I guess.
I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. So that was that. Any other things that you guys seen on social media that interest you?
Well, you mentioned the threads. That's where I got most of these photos. But here's a shot at the kiosk of our boy Austin Kent and some fans. Yeah, ripping packs and talking Top Shot. Saw that lots of different shots from people of people getting to stop by. And I know that that's a big push from a lot of the community that they want kiosks and things like that. And this is just so cool every time we get to see this stuff set up. So
cool.
Tell us about that. Yeah. I want to know, like, the kiosk. Like, what was it like? You could shoot basketballs, right?
Yeah. So basically, these two photos are from the second day of NBAcon. So basically, what they do is that the NBATOPSHOT booth is quite a big one. It's right next to the one of the ID booth where they create a custom T-shirt, and then also, well, how can I explain it? It's in a really good spot where you have your little corner, but people can't miss you. You will see the TOPSHOT sign right away, and they did. If you see on the first photo, you can see a Clyde Drexler's Trailblazer. Yeah. So that's an autographed one. So there's a free throw competition they were running. So if you can maintain, you can, if you shoot free throw, if you can make the longest streak, make the most of free throw, you get to win that particular jersey on day 2 of NBAcon.
Wow. I'll win that next year. I'll win it. I'm calling it right now.
That's awesome. And day 2, they had an autographed KD size 20 Nike shoes for.
I saw that.
That looks nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And obviously, you see that Steve and Austin was there just holding down the fort, chatting with kids, chatting with their parents about digital collectibles, and just kind of educate people and what it does and what it means to the world, and just, you know, explain how the app works and all that stuff. So basically, just chatting with people and just kind of show people what TOPSHOT does, and obviously they highlight the community, and like lots of community member was hanging out at the table, right? Because obviously they were selling some NBAcon exclusive packs. There was hobby boxes, and there is also exclusive pack that you can get on your app, which have geotag. So you have to be an NBAcon to be able to get those packs on your phone on the app.
It works because I tried to get it and it said, "Sorry, you're not in Vegas. Come back next year."
And no, like even if you're in Vegas, it doesn't work. So you have to be inside of the NBAcon to get it over.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is so cool.
That means you're in the stadium and you're able to get your pack in the stadium watching your team one day.
I did hear
Absolutely.
some people were able to hack it and get it, even though they weren't in there. I don't know how that
Yeah,
works.
like I mean, Pokemon Go, right? People trying to hack it. They call it the spoofing, right? And they trying to go into basically they going like they live in U.S. but they go into Paris to get some rare Pokemon, if that makes sense. So
Ah.
it's similar kind of concept where you're not actually there, but you're kind of tricking the phone that you are actually there.
That
Like,
you're there.
but because obviously NBA Top Shot actually detected it and they limit the pack to 5 packs per user or something like that, or they put a limitation on it.
Yeah.
So trying to
Right.
combat it.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, as you already seen on the Twitter, they were gonna release it to the general public after the
Right.
NBAcon anyways, right? So if you be patient, you still get it anyways. I know it's super limited, sold out in 5 minutes as they do. And I don't know where this like no demand talk come from. it's huge
Good to see
demand,
that
right?
demand again for sure.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
to
Oh
see
yeah.
demand.
Oh
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely,
David,
absolutely.
you
And
mentioned
also the hobby
the
box.
app. You mentioned the app multiple times there. As a creative digital artist, you know, and things that you're doing. What do you think about how that's evolving? What are your thoughts on the Top Shot app?
You want to tap it?
Top Shot is definitely. I've been tapping it every single day, right?
Attaboy.
It's one of the
Attaboy.
Right.
There's our clip.
you know it's
Yeah.
it's a beautifully designed ad. I'm just think that they really get the app down. It's obviously it's not perfect. There's no perfect app, right? It's you constantly keep improving it and make it good. And I think in this I guess it did take them 2 years to bring that out, and it is perfect for me. And I think it's easier to browse my moments, and obviously with the pack exclusive, it's exciting to get it just like that. And it's so easy because instead of you have to log on to your the old web page to show people, you got an app straight away, and then you can just scroll them and show people your moments, your favorite moment, what it means to you, and it's so easy to navigate around the interface as well. I think that's a huge game changer to me. And hopefully there's some new functionality coming in the future. I expected them to, and that will attract more and makes it easier for individual to sign up and buy stuff, right? And
Love it.
just side story a little bit. So I went to Atlantic City for the sports collectible convention last year with Steady
Very
Breaks.
cool.
Nice.
So we were actually trying to sign people up and help, like people got really intrigued on what we do, and they were like, oh, this community sounds great, I would like to join. But because I don't know what's going on, they sometimes block the signal in the convention center, so you can't even use your phone data, and then the Wi-Fi that they provided is very useless. You can't really get on because tens of thousands of people trying to get on at the same time, so they don't have the bandwidth. So it's very hard for the page to load. Like it takes like 5 minutes for the page to load. But with the app, because everything's preloaded, right? Like a lot of interface is preloaded, so it's gonna be super fast. So I think it's a great move moving forward, so that in the future, if we go into any convention or just meeting people at random places, we'll be able to show them our collection on our app and tell them about our fandoms, right?
So you mean like being live at an NBA game and lots of people using the Wi-Fi and being able to get on the app? And
Same thing, right? And also, King Brett, I think you just highlighted a little bit at the beginning of our conversation about the geotag, because imagine if you're a Mavs fan, you go into the American Airlines Arena and saying, Top Shot saying, okay, there's a drop going on, or there is a exclusive Mav pack for Kyrie or Luka on the night, so you can only get it on that night if you're at that game. How cool would that be? And then
Amazing.
you encourage people to come to the game. Two, it's unique to Top Shot and nobody else is offering it, right?
Right. It creates a more fun experience, right?
You can only get it as a Top Shot member.
Yeah.
It's
like when I started Top Shot trying to get a pack, and I was in there like 40,000 people just like praying I got a pack, right?
That's like, what I do.
Now you got to go to the game. You got to get the pack. Like, let's go.
Yeah. It's funny how you mentioned that, King Brett. Like, literally, when I was in New Zealand, I was getting the pack. It was like 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm
Yeah.
sitting there in the dark and then just like
It
doing
had
this.
to be
Come
so
on, give me a pack.
Dude,
Oh,
I
man.
love that you brought it up because we have so many, like, people think Top Shot's just so, like, US centralized. We have such a big community all over the world.
Absolutely.
So I can't,
Philippines, New Zealand, Australia,
yeah,
huge amount of people, and not to mention people in Europe and UK. We
yeah,
have, we have CMC member from UK, right?
yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Right?
say. That's part of the
Top
reason our
Shot Barely.
Discord doesn't stop is because people from all over the world, different time zones, we're just constantly chatting and stuff together, which is part of the reason why it's so fun. It doesn't matter what time of day you get in there. There's people in there talking Top Shot and hanging out. It's fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I do have to say, I've been out in the field hunting and like camping with 3-ball, and we're both in a field holding our phones, trying to like get service to get our pack. And we're in the queue. We're like, all right, I'm in the queue. Don't move because we're gonna lose signal. We're gonna miss it. I can't imagine doing that at like 4 a.m. waking up at 4 a.m. to get in the packs. Like that's what an experience. Like
Treat's been out in a Arkansas park somewhere trying to
baby.
get in somewhere.
Oh yeah.
tapping that
yeah.
up in the park.
With the birds chirping somewhere.
That's where I always tap it. I go to a park and I tap it. That's what I do.
That's got to be illegal.
Well, you got to know.
Courts. Pickleball
You got to
courts,
know the right places. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
You got to know where the cameras aren't watching.
So talking CNC and chatting, Davy, I went back to our DMs and things from half a year ago and things just talking family and basketball and where we kind of grew up and things. And you talked about your fandom and that you were a Hornets fan. Talk to me about that. Where does that come from? What do you think about the current moves and the new draft picks? What are your thoughts?
And I'm sorry in
thoughts,
advance.
My thoughts is quite depressing. as a Hornets fan, now I finally get to experience what it feels like to be a Kings fan, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
now we're the longest, saddest franchise in NBA right now. I don't know how to put it, but it is what it is. But it's been some exciting moment. I'm glad LaMelo Ball signed 5 years because I wasn't expecting him to stay in Charlotte this long, and he's now committed for another 5 years, which I'm grateful for. And then we got our new draft pick. Not who I wanted, but I will still support him.
Who did you
want? What?
Yep.
Scoot, man, come on. Scoot.
Oh, of course.
He's the man. Like, look at him. He's NBA ready body. He's NBA ready moves. Like, he's just ready. You don't need to kind of like train them, cultivate
transition
them. Dude's been training since he was a
Brandon Miller has got some talent for sure and got a chance to do some big things. But what about Treat's Arkansas boy, Nick Smith Jr., I think?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Good pick.
He is from original Arkansas, born and bred, and then went to North Little Rock, right? Treat?
Yep.
North Little Rock High School, and then to U of A. But he kind of went the Kyrie route his first year. Played like 7 games or something. He was hurt most of the year, and then went straight to the league. But he looks good in summer league right now.
He does, which is a great hope for us. But so how I started following Charlotte Hornets, that when I was younger, I had a school bag that it's a Charlotte Hornets school bag, right? At the time, I wasn't intrigued. I was trying to figure out what is that bag? Who is Charlotte Hornets? So I started watching highlights with my granddad, because my granddad used to watch NBA highlights with me every Sunday. We watch Chicago Bulls, and they always have that MJ switch hand on the Lakers layup all the time, and that kind of ingrained in my head. Hey, but I love the shoes. The shoes he was wearing was the infrared 6s. I love that shoes, and it's my favorite shoes of all time.
Our shoe guy.
Dude, you're like our fashion guru when it comes to Top Shot, man. Like, all the coolest jerseys, shoes. Yeah. Like, I'm a shoe guy. I love the shoes.
I brought up sneakers in the chat the other day, and Davey went nuts talking about, this is how I paid my way through this and that. Davey knows.
And something crazy. I had no clue that, like, you were the collection. You leveraged your collection to, like, accomplish and get things done in life. Really.
Segue to that. Tell us about your shoe collection.
Oh my God. Now it's down to 50 only, so it's not a huge. No, it's
Only.
even close. Yeah, it's
That's
not.
like only having 50 moments, but they're all legendary moments.
How many pair did you get up to at your highest?
I don't want to say this on stream because my wife might be watching.
Give us a range.
Hi, Davy's wife.
Hide the credit card.
Less
It's
than
up there.
1,000.
Yeah. You're correct. Less than 1,000. Yeah. But yeah. So like that's one thing of why. Well, one of the main thing that I love this Top Shot community is it reminds me of the sneaker community that I was in New Zealand. We are a very tiny country of 4 million people, so everyone kind of knows each other. So it's a very small kind of community, and it feels like that way. But being in CNC, being in Wolfpack, it feels like, oh, everybody's talking about life. We don't really fully talk about sneaker all the time. We talk about life, and we're learning each individual's life stories and lessons that you learn. It's priceless, right? It's not something that you can measure with money. So same as sneakers, and it's not all about resale values, right? It's being in that community, being around the like-minded individual and smart people. Surround yourself with great people, and that's what it is all about, and that's what Top Shot reminds me of, and that's why I always grateful that I'm able to being in Top Shot community, and it reminds me of the good time I have with the sneaker community.
That's so cool.
That's why hobbies are so important. I mean, it's so hard to make friends as adults and adult men, for sure. We talked about on previous episodes, and we don't need to get too deep on things, but it gives us a common interest to start talking about. And then, like you said, before we know it, we're talking about life and books we're reading and other podcasts and different things like that. It's just fun to connect.
I do want to know though, what's like one or two of your favorite sneakers that you wish you never sold? Or do you have that? Is there like a pair or two you're like, dang, I wish I still had them? Or do you have all like the main ones that you
No, that's a great question. But I don't think I ever sell anything that I'm regret selling, because the 50 pair I have now is absolutely my favorite, and I would never sell them.
That's so awesome.
So that, like I had a list going up, because when you were younger, you can't. Well, I don't know where you guys like. What is his childhood like for you guys? But for me, I can't afford shoes at the time. I can only afford to buy maybe one or half pair of shoes of that.
Right.
Yeah. So my first ever pair of shoes, basketball sneakers, it was Calvin Johnson's Converse Raw Energy. I literally wore their shoes, the React juice back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You wore it off?
Yeah. So, the juice licked out like a month, and then I still wear it. And then, and I wore it, literally had a hole in the bottom of my sole, and I'm still wearing it.
Yeah.
Because
rocking them.
That's my favorite shoes, and that's my
Right.
first ever basketball shoes. I love everything about it.
That's awesome.
Riding them till they die. I love it.
Yep, like marriage.
Is there that same question for Top Shot moments? Any moments that you sold you wish you hadn't?
Uh-oh.
He's thinking, I think.
Cut off a little bit, I think.
No,
I'm not thinking.
you're good.
The internet's thinking.
That's right. It's a hard question.
What did
Are
I
there
miss,
any
guys?
Top Shot moments you felt that-
Same question for Top Shot. Has there been any moments that you've sold that you wish you hadn't?
Tyrese Halliburton, the Rising Star game, which is the first rare moment I ever had, because it's always gonna hold special place for me. It's my first rare pull, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's like thousands of dollars. So, anyways, I don't want to spend any money that I don't have, or I don't want to spend anything that, I don't. At the time, I'm very conservative in terms of spending on Top Shot. So I would try to, get some moments, buy some packs, make some money, and then we'll keep buying packs that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's the first rare moment I have, and I was like, oh, $1,000 I'll be able to buy future 5-packs. Okay, right. I'm going to sell that moment, and I will buy 5-packs when it comes out.
We talk all the time in the chat how there's no big deal on taking profits when you're putting it to more things that you actually, you know, are wanting and things. So, I mean, I think those are good decisions when they happen. Sometimes the FOMO sets in, but if you went and got things you were actually targeting, then that's got to be what your priority was.
Yeah, and because I'm being sneaker collecting, right? I want to collect Jordan 1 to 14. So it's like, to me, it's like collecting the sets. So for me at the time, my good trading decision was getting all S2, every single S2 moment for each individual team. So I get into every single Discord. So that was my trading decision. But obviously, it's not a great one. But like that was my goal. But I'm happy that I was able to accomplish that. I was in every single Discord. And then I started collecting Hustle and Show sets, and
Nice.
And then obviously the goal was to get Cool Cat set. Like that's to me, because that's the special Top Shop set to have, right? So I set myself a goal when they announced the top Cool Cat. I'm gonna work towards it, and you know, get the Cool Cat set. And now I finally done it last year. Oh no, this year, early on this year. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
Davy.
baby. Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
you're lounge.
It's music to our ears. You know, we're all three Hustle and Show fans, and definitely Cool Cat fans. So
no doubt.
All fam here.
That's right.
So I heard you talk one last reference to visiting with Treaticus when you were on with him on the previous pod. I love this better because we get to see your face and have the visual of having the video.
I like having something besides these two ugly mugs to look at.
There you go.
Nice.
I got dressed up today.
You mentioned you mentioned in there talking when getting hurting your ankle and losing basketball for a little while that you got to get back out and shoot while you're coaching AAU and doing different things, being active that way. You mentioned that as like you described it as your sanctuary and like an escape. And from how positive and your passion on the video and the content and your YouTube channel and the things that you're creating, do you get the same type of feel of escape and sanctuary making that type of stuff? Because you're really good at it, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. It's a different type of feeling. You don't feel like it's a job. You don't feel like it's a chore. Where every day you wake up, you wanting to do it because it's something that you love and you're passionate about. And you woke up feeling different. You woke up, you feel like you're driven. You feel like you have unlimited nuclear power yourself to wake up every morning to do what you love. So that's how I feel at the moment. I'm grateful.
That.
Love it, man.
I'm blessed. Yeah. And also wake up within the first 15 minutes. We got to go on to the Twitter to check the CNC chat, right?
Hell yeah.
If you don't, you miss too much.
Oh, the good vibes, baby. The good vibes cannot be stopped.
Absolutely.
For sure. I love that we get to meet talented people like yourself and rub elbows with you and learn from you. And then stuff like this gets to happen because we're hanging out in a Discord or hanging out in a Twitter chat. So these connections are priceless. So I love that we're collecting and connecting together, buddy. I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you for having me, guys. Always a good chat.
I'm just glad you went to Summer League so I could live through you. And like every day I was like, all right, who's Davy meeting today? Where's he going today? What group's he going to be with? When's he shooting hoops? It was fantastic, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we knew the content was going to be coming out, and I got those pictures from Threads. You putting them on there. I know you plugged that. You want to plug your YouTube page before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me in all social media under Davy C3. So search on Google, you'll be able to find me everywhere. And obviously my business is under Big Brand Media. So if you go into bigbrandmedia.com, you'll be able to find all my social links and all that stuff. So hopefully connect with you guys one day.
Yeah. RL, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
That's right. Sure. We would love that, man. Davy, thank you so much for on. Everyone, whether you're watching or listening, this is Collectin and Connectin, episode 5 with Davy C3. Look him up, find him. On behalf of the whole gang, we appreciate you. Keep being you, because we love it.
Hell yeah. Great. Amen. Love it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
bro.
you guys.
Yes, sir, Davey. Thanks for coming. See